Hello, welcome to module number one. Our first topic is going to be about string slicing. In this topic, we're going to cover two things. We're going to cover string indexing, which we have seen before and we worked with before. And we're also going to cover the main subject of this set of slides, which is going to be the string slicing. As you know, in Python, strings are type of sequence of characters. Each character in the sequence or in the string will have an index. And in Python, indexes are zero-based. That being said, the first index that we have in the string is going to start from 0. And the second character in the string is going to be index number 1, and so on and so forth until the last character that we have in the string. In order to access to any one of these characters in the string, you have to specify the index of that special character and use the square brackets after the string name in order to access to it. Here is an example of a string. Let's assume we have string S, and string S is faux bar. And as you guys know over here, between quotation marks, we have to make sure that our string is located between two quotation marks. To access to the first character of this string, you need to type the name of the string that you have, and then between square brackets, then the index of the first character, which is in this case 0. And if you want access to the second character we have in our string, you have to specify the index of that character, which is index 1, and the result should be O based on our string. And the fourth character in our string, as you guys can see over here, which is the B, the index of character B in this string is index number 3. Please pause the slides for a little bit and try these examples using your idle. In Python, we also can use negative number for indexing. As you guys can see from this picture, the last index or the last character that we have in this string is going to have index -1. And as we go to the beginning of the string, we keep decreasing the number. So the one before the last character is going to be -2, and we continue until we get to the first one. In this example is -6. And as you guys probably notice over here, there's a relationship between the index, the negative index of the first character, and the length of the string that we have. The length of this string over here, as you guys can see, it's 6 characters. And the first character I have in this string, the negative index for it is going to be negative the length of my string. Take a look at this example over here, using the negative indexes. So the same string I'm using over here, which is S equal to faux bar. If I type between two square brackets, S -1, it's going to give me the last character I have on my string. If I put the index -2, it's going to give me the second to the last, and so on and so forth. And here's the example I was talking to you earlier, the relationship between the length and the negative indexes. Based on this example, the length of my string is 6. And if I say, show me the index or the character that is located at negative the length of this string, it's going to give me the first character. Please pause the slide and try this example. Okay, now we have finished talking about the indexing. Let's talk about the main topic that we have for this set of slides. String slicing. What do you mean by string slicing? String slicing, let's assume we have this string over here. Basically, slicing, we're trying to chop or take some parts of this string based on the indexes that we have. And when we do slicing, we mean most likely like a group of characters of the string. In Python, we are allowed to do that. So how can we do it? Well, instead of specifying a specific index for one character, if we need to have a group of characters, we have to specify where to start from and where to stop at. And we can put that in between the square brackets. As you guys see from this example, if I have an S as a string and I want a group or a chunk of this string that I have to specify between the square bracket where to start from and where to stop at. As you guys can see from this example, I'm saying here start from M and stop at N, but do not include the character that is located at index M. And between these two numbers, which is M and N, I'm going to have a colon. So if you guys probably remember the range function. The range function when we have between the two parentheses, where to start, then colon, then where to stop. And when we say stop, it does not include it. Same thing here for the slicing for the index. Take a look at this example. Let's assume we have the same string, and you can try this one in idle. S is this string, which is faux bar, and I'm saying like, give me this part of this string, which starts from index 2 and stop at index number 5, but do not include that character in index number 5. So let's take a look over here. So start from 1, so start from 2, here's 0, and here's 1. So number 2 is the character O, number 3 is character B, number 4 is character A. So number 5 is not going to be included. And the result, as you guys can see from here, it's OBA. Please pause the slides and try this example. All right, so what if I delete the first value before the colon, as you guys can see from here? What does that mean? In Python, if you omit the first value or where the slicing should start from, Python is going to take it by default as if it's going to start from the beginning, which is index 0. So as you guys can see from these two slices over here, the result should be the same. I said over here, slice the index S starting from blank colon M. It's going to start from index 0 all the way to index M without including that character. It's very similar as if I said start from 0 all the way to M. Here's an example. The same string that we've seen before. I'm saying here, slice this string starting from blank colon number 4. And the result was, as you guys can see, started from the first character, which is FOOB, stopped at B, which is index 3, did not include index 4. Or if I do it using the 0, as you guys can see in this example. Okay, what if I omit the second value? As you guys can see from here, I said start from N, colon, and blank. I did not have anything. What does that mean? Well, in Python, it's going to assume by default, if you have it blank, it's going to go all the way to the end of the string. Let's take a look at this example over here. I said over here, for the same string S, start from 2, colon, and then nothing after that. Python said, okay, I'm going to start from index number 2, and I'm going to go all the way to the end of the index. It's very similar as if I said, start from index 2 to the length of my string. And remember, with the 0-based indexes, we start from 0 all the way to the last character, which has index length -1. And with the slicing, when I saw start from index number 2 all the way to the length of my string, that length is not going to be included. So it's not going to give me an error. So it's very similar based on this example. If I said start from 2, go all the way to 6, it's going to work. It's not going to give you any errors. Here's a cool example, just kind of playing around with string slicing. So if I say I wanted to put these two strings together, the first one is going to be the beginning of my string all the way to index 4. So that means the item or the character at index 4 is not going to be included. Or if I say start from index 4 all the way to nothing, or basically saying all the way to the end of my string, if I add them together, it's going to be the same exactly string that I have. Try to play with it and see what the result is going to be.